When you open your eyes each morning, remember this: life doesn't owe you anything. No one is coming to save you. No miracle is waiting around the corner, and no hand will pull you out of the darkness except your own. The world doesn't stop for your pain. It doesn't care about your excuses, and it won't slow down because you feel tired. Every second you waste is a second someone else is using to build their empire, to chase their vision, and to create the life you keep dreaming of. Comfort is the enemy, and sleep is the silent thief of greatness. You say you want success. You say you want freedom. You say you want to rise above. Yet every time the alarm rings, you hit snooze and tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is the biggest lie you've ever been sold. Success is built today, in the moments you suffer, in the hours no one sees, and in the battles you fight alone. Stop waiting. Stop complaining. Stop hesitating. Wake up, take control, and work harder than you ever thought possible. Because if you don't, someone else will, and they'll take everything you ever wanted. Life owes you nothing. You must earn everything. Too many people grow up believing the world will somehow bend in their favor, that destiny will hand them success, happiness, and freedom just because they wish for it. That illusion is the greatest lie you've ever been told. No one is coming with a silver platter to give you the life you dream of. The truth is harsh, but it is also liberating. Nothing is promised, nothing is guaranteed, and if you want it, you must fight for it with everything you have. Every single person walking this planet wakes up with challenges, but the difference between the ones who rise and the ones who remain broken is the mindset of ownership. When you believe you are owed, you wait. You sit back and expect the world to deliver. But when you know you are owed nothing, you start taking. You get up, you grind, you push, you create opportunities instead of waiting for them. That is where power is born. You look around and see people living lives you envy, driving cars you want, wearing watches you admire, living in houses you only dream about, and you tell yourself they are lucky. That word lucky is poison. Luck didn't get them out of bed at 5 a.m. Luck didn't keep them awake grinding while the world was sleeping. Luck didn't make them sacrifice comfort, friends, and wasted nights to build something extraordinary. They earned it piece by piece, sacrifice by sacrifice, with sweat, blood, and relentless discipline. You can curse them, you can envy them, or you can do what they did. Earn it. Life doesn't reward desire, life rewards effort. Understand this: every excuse you make is an invoice your future will collect. You say you're tired. You say you'll start tomorrow. You say you don't have the right resources or opportunities. But the truth is, there's someone out there with less than you who's achieving more. Someone with no connections, no safety net, no helping hand, still grinding, still hustling, still finding a way. Why? Because they've accepted reality. Life doesn't owe them anything. They understood early that every breath, every step, every moment is a test, and if they don't show up prepared to fight, they will be left behind. The world is cold. It will not slow down because you're struggling. It will not pause because you feel defeated. Bills don't stop coming. Responsibilities don't vanish, and competition doesn't disappear. You either rise above it or you drown beneath it. And the only thing that decides your fate is how much you're willing to endure. People spend their lives praying for a break, waiting for luck, wishing for a miracle. But the truth is, the miracle is you. The miracle is your discipline, your consistency, your work ethic, your refusal to quit. Every door you want to open will stay shut until you earn the key. And that key is built through sweat and sacrifice. Look at your life right now. Look at the areas where you feel stuck, unfulfilled, or frustrated. Ask yourself, have you truly given everything? Or have you been living with the illusion that something will magically change? Deep down, you know the answer. Most people barely give half of what they're capable of and then wonder why they're unhappy. They wonder why opportunities never come. They blame the system, the government, the economy, their family, their past. Blame is a weakness. The moment you stop blaming and start owning everything, your failures, your struggles, your mistakes, you unlock the power to change. Because when you own it, you can change it. When you blame, you stay stuck. Success is simple, but it is not easy. It is built on brutal truths. You will sacrifice sleep. You will lose friends. You will be misunderstood, doubted, criticized, even laughed at. People will call you crazy for working when they're partying, for hustling when they're relaxing, for sacrificing when they're enjoying life. But those same people will one day ask you how you did it. They will look at the life you built and tell you how lucky you are. And in that moment, you'll know they'll never understand because We're still waiting for the world to give them what you fought for. Every day you wake up is another chance to prove to yourself that you don't need handouts. You don't need sympathy, and you don't need favors. All you need is the strength to push harder than you did yesterday. Because the truth is, the world respects results, not excuses. You can complain, you can cry, you can shout about how unfair life is, but at the end of the day, life will only give you what you've earned. So stop waiting, stop feeling entitled, stop thinking the world owes you comfort, wealth, or happiness. Wake up and understand you owe it to yourself to work, to fight, to bleed, to build. That's the only way. Life owes you nothing. Everything you want must be earned. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop waiting for miracles and start creating them, the sooner you'll rise above the masses and claim the life you've always dreamed of. Excuses kill dreams faster than failure. And until you realize that, you'll always live beneath your potential. Failure is not the end. It's part of the process, a stepping stone, a teacher. Excuses, on the other hand, are poison. They don't just delay success. They erase it before it even begins. Every time you tell yourself, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have the right connections, you are not protecting yourself from failure. You are building a cage and locking yourself inside. Excuses feel safe. They give you comfort in the moment, a justification for why you're not where you want to be. But the reality is brutal. While you're busy making excuses, someone else is out there failing, learning, growing, and eventually winning. Think about it. Failure still puts you on the path forward. When you fail, you learn what doesn't work. You adapt. You grow stronger. Failure sharpens you like a blade. Excuses don't sharpen you. They dull you. They make you believe you're powerless, that you're waiting for some perfect condition that will never come. The truth is, there is no perfect time, no perfect opportunity, no flawless moment when the stars align and everything feels easy. The only moment you'll ever have is now. Excuses steal that moment from you. The most dangerous part of excuses is that they sound logical. You convince yourself you don't have enough resources, but resources are created by resourcefulness. You convince yourself you don't have enough time, yet you waste hours scrolling on your phone, binge watching shows, or talking about dreams you never chase. You convince yourself you're too tired, yet you never push your body or mind to discover what tired really means. The truth is simple. Excuses are lies you tell yourself so you can stay comfortable. And comfort has killed more dreams than failure ever will. Failure is temporary, but excuses are permanent. You can fail and still rebuild, but excuses stop you from even starting. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than you've even tried. That's the difference. They didn't let excuses hold them back. They didn't wait for the perfect opportunity. They acted, they risked, they fell, and they got back up. While others hid behind reasons, and someday they built their future through action. You have to understand, the gap between you and the life you want isn't talent or luck. It's excuses. You have the same 24 hours as anyone else. You might not have the same starting point, but you do have the same chance to decide. Excuses are the anchor tied to your feet while you're standing at the edge of greatness. You keep blaming the weight of circumstances, not realizing you're the one holding the chain. The moment you let go of excuses, you rise, you move, you create momentum, and momentum is what separates the average from the unstoppable. Look around you. Excuses are everywhere. People say they'll get in shape when they have time. They'll start a business when the economy is right. They'll chase their dream when the conditions are perfect. Years go by, nothing changes, and they wake up old, bitter, and filled with regret. They tell themselves life was unfair, but deep down they know it wasn't life. It was the lies they told themselves. It was the excuses that kept them small. Regret doesn't come from failure. Regret comes from knowing you never gave yourself the chance to fail because you were too busy making excuses. Excuses are seductive because they let you off the hook. They give you a reason not to try, not to suffer, not to sacrifice. But remember this, the pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. You can suffer now through effort, or you can suffer later through regret. Excuses guarantee the latter. Failure at least gives you progress. Excuses guarantee stagnation. If you want to build a life that matters, you must wage war on excuses. Catch yourself every time you start to justify why you can't and replace it with a reason why you must. Excuses whisper, not today, but success screams now. Excuses say it's too hard, but your potential answers it's worth it. Excuses kill dreams faster than failure because failure still moves you forward. Excuses paralyze you, freeze you in place, and leave you watching as others achieve what you could have if only you had tried. So the choice is yours: live with the comfort of excuses, or live with the freedom that comes from effort, sacrifice, and relentless pursuit. Excuses or results, you can't have both. And if you keep making excuses, your dreams will die quietly inside you long before failure ever touches you. Remember this: the world doesn't care about your reasons. It only respects results. Kill the excuses before they kill your dreams. Comfort is the biggest enemy of success. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you'll stop sabotaging your own future. Human beings are wired to seek safety, warmth, and ease. It's in our nature. But what feels good rarely leads to greatness. And what feels safe rarely leads to growth. Comfort is a trap disguised as happiness. It whispers to you that you've done enough, that you deserve to rest, that tomorrow you'll work harder. Comfort convinces you that staying still is okay, that avoiding the hard path is wise, that settling is acceptable. And while you sit there wrapped in the blanket of comfort, time passes, opportunities vanish, and your potential slowly rots away. Success does not live in comfort. Success is born in discomfort, in pressure, in the hours where your body wants to quit, but your mind refuses. Think about every great achievement in history. None of it came from ease. No champion was created by sitting still. No empire was built by playing it safe. Every person who reached the top had to endure discomfort, hunger, exhaustion, sacrifice, rejection, fear, pain. They traded comfort for growth, and because of that, they earned the life others only dream about. The dangerous thing about comfort is how convincing it feels. You tell yourself you'll just rest today. You'll take it easy. You'll enjoy the moment. But comfort compounds. One day of ease becomes 2, then a week, then a year. Before you know it, you've built a habit of avoiding the grind, and your potential slips away without you even realizing it. The gym you skipped, the business idea you postponed, the risk you didn't take, all stolen by comfort. And while you were seeking comfort, someone else was embracing the pain, enduring the struggle, and building the future you now envy. Most people live their lives chasing comfort. They want the easy job, the guaranteed paycheck, the predictable routine. But comfort is a prison disguised as freedom. That paycheck keeps you alive but kills your ambition. That routine keeps you safe but stops you from evolving. Success requires breaking out of that prison and choosing the harder path. You have to step into the unknown, into the uncomfortable, into the arena where you might fail, might be embarrassed, might suffer. That is where transformation happens. That is where greatness is forged. Comfort is seductive because it makes life feel stable. But ask yourself this: do you want stability or do you want power? Stability is mediocrity wrapped in chains. Power comes from resilience, and resilience is built by stepping into discomfort daily. When you lift weights that feel heavy, your muscles tear and they grow back stronger. When you push your mind to focus longer, your discipline sharpens. When you expose yourself to failure, rejection, and hardship, your spirit hardens into steel. Comfort robs you of that growth. It keeps you soft, weak, and unprepared for the battles life will inevitably throw at you. Think about the moments in your life where you truly grew. Were they comfortable? Did they come easily? No. Growth comes when you are tested, when you had to fight, adapt, and claw your way forward. The struggle shaped you. The pain built you. Yet every day you crave comfort again, forgetting that the very thing you desire is the very thing that destroys you. Success demands the opposite. Seek discomfort, chase the hard path, do what others refuse to do, because if you only do what feels easy, you will always live an easy life, but never an extraordinary one. Comfort tricks you into thinking you have time. You relax today, believing tomorrow will be the day you finally start. But tomorrow is just another lie. Tomorrow will bring the same excuses, the same laziness, the same false security. And eventually tomorrow runs out. One day you'll wake up and realize the comfort you love so much has stolen your years. You'll look back with regret, not because you failed, but because you never gave yourself the chance to succeed. The truth is simple but brutal. Comfort is killing you. It is keeping you from your potential, keeping you from your goals, keeping you from the life you could have lived. You have to break free. You have to choose pain over pleasure, discipline over laziness, sacrifice over ease. You have to train your body and mind to reject comfort and to hunger for the grind, because every second you spend comfortable is a second you could have spent building. And in this world, those seconds add up. Someone else is out there right now suffering for their vision, and if you're not willing to suffer for yours, they will take it. Comfort is not your friend. Comfort is your enemy. It wants to keep you weak, average, and dependent. Success wants to make you strong, independent, and unstoppable. But success demands a price, and that price is comfort. So the choice is yours. Stay comfortable and stay ordinary, or embrace discomfort and build something extraordinary. Comfort will always feel good in the moment, but discomfort will give you the life you truly want. Tomorrow is a lie. Act today. The most dangerous word in the world is tomorrow. It has destroyed more dreams, killed more ambition, and stolen more potential than failure ever could. Tomorrow is the excuse we use to delay the pain of effort. It's the lie we tell ourselves to feel better about inaction. When you say, I'll start tomorrow, what you're really saying is, I'm not serious today. But here's the truth. Tomorrow doesn't exist. You will never live a tomorrow. You only ever live a today. And if you waste today, you are wasting the only real thing you will ever have. People waste years waiting for the right time. They wait until they feel ready, until they have more money, until they have more energy, until conditions are perfect. But conditions are never perfect. You will never feel ready. You will never have the ideal setup. By the time you realize this, life will have already passed you by. The opportunities you ignored won't wait. The chances you postponed won't return. Time doesn't pause for your hesitation. Every second you delay, someone else is using to build their dream. Every day you waste becomes another brick in the wall that keeps you from your potential. Think about this. Your future self is being built right now by the choices you make today. If you waste today with excuses and procrastination, you're building a weaker, poorer, unhappier version of yourself. If you grind today, push today, fight today, you're building a stronger, richer, more fulfilled version of yourself. Your future is not determined by luck, by fate, or by chance. It is determined by what you do right now. Tomorrow is just an illusion that tricks you into believing you have more time. You don't. Time is the most ruthless enemy you'll ever face, and it takes everything from you, whether you act or not. The most heartbreaking thing in life is wasted potential. People die with dreams still inside them, with books unwritten, businesses unbuilt, talents undiscovered, not because they failed, but because they kept telling themselves they'd start tomorrow, and tomorrow never came. They thought life would give them another chance, another season, another opportunity, but life doesn't promise that. Life is fragile. Life is short. The only guarantee you have is the moment you're in right now, and if you don't seize it, you will lose it forever. You need to treat today like it's all you've got, because it is. You can't control yesterday. It's gone. You can't touch tomorrow. It doesn't exist yet, but today is in your hands, and the way you use it determines everything. Do you use today to move closer to your goals, or do you waste it chasing distractions, comfort, and excuses? That's the real question. Success isn't built in the future. It's built in the present. If you can't discipline yourself today, what makes you think you'll magically become disciplined tomorrow? If you can't start now, what makes you believe you'll suddenly find the courage later? The truth is you won't. Tomorrow will always be tomorrow unless you decide that today is the day. Think of the things you've been putting off, the workout you keep delaying, the book you said you'd read, the business you promised you'd start, the changes you swore you'd make. How many times have you told yourself tomorrow? How many tomorrows have already passed? And what does it cost you? Every time you said tomorrow, you lost momentum, you lost progress, you lost time you can never get back. Tomorrow has stolen more from you than failure ever did. The winners in life are not the people who wait for perfect timing. They are the ones who act while scared, while unprepared, while uncertain. They don't delay, they don't postpone, they don't wait for a tomorrow that may never come. They use what they have where they are, and they make moves today. And because they act today, they create a tomorrow worth living. You have to decide what kind of life you want. Do you want to keep lying to yourself with the comfort of tomorrow, or do you want to build a life of freedom, strength, and success today? Because the truth is, every dream dies in the delay of tomorrow. Every vision fades when you keep pushing it to the future. Action today is the only cure. Action today is the only answer. So stop waiting. Stop lying to yourself. Stop believing in tomorrow. You only have today. And if you don't use it, someone else will. They'll take the opportunities you missed. They'll claim the rewards you didn't chase. They'll live the life you could have had. Don't let tomorrow steal from you any longer. Act today, work today, fight today, because tomorrow is a lie, but today is real and it's all you've got. Hard work and silence builds unshakable power. In a world obsessed with showing off, bragging, and chasing attention, real strength is forged quietly behind closed doors when no one is watching. Too many people waste their energy trying to prove they're working instead of actually working. They want recognition before results, applause before progress, validation before victory. That mindset is weak. True greatness doesn't need to announce itself. It shows itself in the outcome. The most powerful people you'll ever meet are the ones who grind in silence, who sacrifice in private, who bleed when nobody sees, and then one day step into the light with results so undeniable that no one can question them. Hard work done in silence is different. It's not about feeding your ego. It's about feeding your future. When you train alone, when you suffer in the shadows, when you choose discipline over distractions, you're not just building skills or strength, you're building character. You're hardening your mind to withstand the storms that will come. You're teaching yourself to rely on action, not validation. And that is why silent work creates unshakable power, because it's pure, it's real, it's fueled by purpose, not by likes, comments, or applause. The loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. They scream for attention because they have nothing else to show. But the one who stays quiet, who keeps his head down and his hands busy, that's the person you should fear. Silence hides discipline. Silence hides sacrifice. Silence hides the hours of pain and persistence that nobody else was willing to endure. When you see someone rise suddenly to success, it wasn't sudden. It was years of silent work finally showing its face. Just weren't there to see the struggle. Working in silence also protects you. When you broadcast every move, you invite distractions, criticism, and jealousy. People will try to sabotage you, doubt you, and pull you back down. But when you move in silence, no one knows your next step. No one knows how much you're working. No one knows how close you are to breaking through. And by the time they realize it's too late, you're already ahead. That's why silent workers win. They move with mystery, they strike with results, and they never waste energy explaining themselves. But make no mistake, silent work is not easy. It demands a level of discipline most people don't have. It means choosing to grind when no one is cheering. It means staying focused when you feel invisible. It means waking up early, going to bed late, and pushing through every temptation to quit, all without anyone patting you on the back. That kind of consistency builds an internal fire, a resilience that can't be broken. Because when you no longer need recognition to keep moving, nothing can stop you. The strongest foundation is built in silence. Think of a tree. Its roots grow deep underground where no one can see them. They anchor the tree, giving it the strength to withstand storms, wind, and drought. Without those roots, the tree would collapse. Your silent work is your roots. It's the hours of sweat, the sacrifices, the nights of doubt, the relentless grind. No one sees it. But it's the reason you'll stand tall when others fall. Society teaches you to seek validation, to post everything, to prove you're grinding. But validation doesn't pay bills. Validation doesn't build empires. Validation doesn't make you unshakable. Results do. Power does. And results only come from work done when the cameras are off, when the audience is gone, when it's just you versus the voice in your head telling you to quit. That battle, fought in silence, is where unshakable power is born. And here's the beauty of it. When you finally succeed, your silence will speak louder than any words ever could. The people who doubted you will have no choice but to respect you. The people who ignored you will have no choice but to notice. You won't need to defend yourself or prove anything because your results will be undeniable. That is the ultimate victory. Success so loud it drowns out every doubt, every critic, every excuse. So stop wasting time talking. Stop broadcasting your plans. Stop chasing validation. Do the work. Do it in silence. Do it when nobody cares, when nobody sees, when nobody believes. Because that is where champions are built. That is where empires are forged. That is where you transform from ordinary to unstoppable. Hard work in silence isn't glamorous, it isn't easy, and it isn't fun, but it is the only path to real, lasting, unshakable power. At the end of the day, everything comes down to a choice. You can keep waiting, making excuses, clinging to comfort, and believing in the lie of tomorrow, or you can decide right now that your life belongs to you. Nobody is coming to hand you success, nobody owes you freedom, and nobody will fight your battles for you. Life owes you nothing. You must earn everything. Excuses will kill your vision before failure ever touches it. Comfort will trap you in mediocrity until you're too weak to escape. Tomorrow is a lie that steals your time and your future. And the only weapon strong enough to break through all of it is hard work in silence, day after day, no matter who is watching. If you want to build power, if you want to create a life worth living, you must be willing to bleed for it when no one claps, to sacrifice for it when no one cares, and to stay disciplined when no one notices. The world respects only results, and results are earned in the shadows. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Wake up, rise up, and work harder than you ever thought possible, because your future depends on it.